here's a.
Damn.
I'll show you a cool picture. So the history of this is I am 16 years old right here, and this is my older brother who is 17.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and this is Teenage Mr. Washington, and I took first and he took second.
That's cool.
That was my big bro.
I like the other photo.
Which one?
You guys playing PlayStation.
Yeah. And then here's a fun one. This is us playing PlayStation. I can't see. But you're saying, but the location of I lived because I was teaching judo when I first got to California. It was such a Mr. Miyagi. Do you remember Karate Kid?
Of course.
Do you remember Mr. Miyagi's house?
Yep.
It was in the back of a junkyard.
Oh, wow.
And it was this little, remember in the movie Karate Kid, it was this beautiful little cottage, I guess you would say, in Karate Kid. Well, the cool thing was while I was teaching judo, the teachers all got one of these bungalows. And so you got the Japanese Institute right here where we would teach. And then the 4 bungalows were on the very back side, a lot like Mr. Miyagi. And that's where I lived for decades. And it was great. It was a small, refurbished, like 1.5 bedrooms, but had a huge yard. And so it was like, as a kid, I just cared for the yard because of my dogs and teaching and doing gladiators and doing all those shows and training. So
that's crazy, dude.
Fun.
Yeah, I guess so.
Fun place to live. I should have given it to Jeff if I met him earlier because it was in a area down here in LA where it's a Japanese town. Mm-hmm. And Jeff, he loves the yellow brick road.
Oh yeah, the Asian delight, huh?
Man has his preference.
That's okay. At least they can cook, clean, and take care of you right.
John knows.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
They take care of their man.
They do. They're pretty loyal usually. So.
That being said, before we started today, I was talking about something that I received my peptides, and I got this sensitive skin, and so no matter how John tells me to take my peptides, I bruise. And so this takes care of that because it's 4 in 1. Yep. So that takes care of, 4 shots down to 1 shot. And then we got the 2 different blends. So that's 8 different things in 2 shots now.
Correct.
So it's like, wow, for me, not only is that better, it saves money, time, and they actually, and you'll go into this more in depth, but they actually spread it out in a way that it's continuously working with the body every day. So if you guys know much about peptides, stay tuned. John's going to explain all this to us right now.
Yeah.
Can you lead the way, Captain?
Sure. So this is super cool, and this is what I've been talking about the last couple episodes with Mike, is the new blends of peptides that we have. Obviously, we have all different types of peptides. But the bad thing about having all different types of peptides is you want to use a lot of them, but you have to do injections to really get the benefits from these things. And if you're doing 8 different peptides, that would be 8 different injections usually, right? Even if you want to cut down and you put a couple in each syringe, it might be 4 injections. Still a lot. And at that point, is a normal person going to be able to do that? Probably not, right? Somebody that's not really in the lifestyle and hasn't done it and been seasoned is not going to be. It's not going to be convenient, and it's just not going to go well over. And they're not just going to do it. They're not going to be consistent. They're not going to get the results. They're going to waste a lot of money. So with these blends, like the Titan Transformation Blend, which is 1, and that has 4 different components in it, from AOD to MOTS-c to testosterone to ipamorelin. This is really a game changer. I was talking to another guy about it yesterday. I'm like, listen, you know, why don't you want to go the Tessa IPO route? I mean, this is like the best combination. And with MOD-C and AOD, that's what we call our Titan transformation package. I mean, you're literally putting on lean mass, you're anti-aging, you're staying cut up or getting cut up on the way, right? It's a beautiful thing. And it's nothing like as far as stimulants or anything like that to get you there. You're talking about mitochondrial health with MOD-C. I mean, that does a number of different health things for you. So, you know, it's really a great blend. Just that one alone with 4 different things, one shot, 4 different, you know, results as far as that goes, more than that, but at least 4 different ones that you're going to get. So that's a must. Like if people ask me like, you know, what to do, it's real easy to do this. One's a Titan transformation package. The other one will be like our Glow or Clo package, which would be GHKCU, KPV, BPC, and TB500. So if you guys don't know what these things are healing peptides, majority of them, right? The only one that's not the healing peptide, and I guess it could be too as well, because it helps with wounds and stuff, would be GHKCU. This is going to be great for skin, your collagen, your face, all these different things. GHKCU is going to be good for wrinkles on your face, resurfacing the face, and doing it. We were talking about it the other day because a lot of guys or girls call in about it for hair, right? Because I guess it helps with hair. So, you know, at that point, you know, that's great, but they're also going to get the benefit of their skin looking a lot better. And, you know, if you live down here in Florida, you're out in the sun all day long, and some of these people look like alligators. So at that point, you know, you want to make sure you're taking care of your skin too as well. And as you age, collagen starts going down, skin starts getting brittle. You know, you're aging. You can look at a lot of people's hands and tell how old they are, or some of them look prematurely old just by their hands. So that's another one, a good telltale for people is hands. But, you know, I would look at this one, those 2 blends, 8 different things you get, 2 different shots. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. So, you know, whether you're trying to be preventative or you're worried about an injury that you've got chronic or acute, you can take care of that. And you can do a lot more with the body too, as well, as far as keep it in the best possible state the whole time, right? It's collagen up, you know, with preventative inflammation now with KPV. So this is another good one. When we talk about the Titan transformation package, if you guys don't know what some of those things are in there, you know, when we talk about AOD is the 191 amino acid sequence that they grab from growth hormone. Creates lipolysis and lipogenesis, destroying fat that's stored and not storing fat and using it as energy, right? That's one. MOD-C, exercise in the bowels, what they call it. Igniting mitochondria, the powerhouse of all cells in your body. Being able to give you natural energy, helping with a lot of other different things too as well, especially with neurodegenerative diseases too. So there's a lot of different things that MOD-C will do. As far as, you know, what a lot of people utilize it for is shredding up, turning that metabolic switch on. So if they're sitting there at their desk all day, at least something's turning and burning. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to get you shredded and get you a 6-pack, but at that point, it's going to help you it's going to definitely rev up the engines in your body. You know, whether that's good or bad as far as big or small, you know, what you're doing with it. Testosterone and Iperon. Testosterone, dude, testosterone, like that's key. Visceral fat vanishing, raising growth hormone levels, creating another anti-aging effect. You know, more growth hormone as far as you stimulating your natural. This is great for recovery. This is great for the body all the way around. So that's another one. Iperon working right along with it, just pounding your natural growth hormone with that pulse. And that's hitting your pituitary. Pituitary is sending that growth hormone in the liver. The liver's changing that into IGF-1, and you get all the great benefits from it. So 2 different injections, 8 different components, a lot of different results and a lot of different things you'll get out of those.
Can I also, with that, take the the stack, your fat burners?
BCA stack for sure. I would definitely.
BCA stack, and also Hercules potion.
For sure. Those are a must. For me, those are a must. ECA 1 a day for me. Some people could take 2 if you really want to, but 1 a day stimulates me fine. I take that like probably about 8:30 in the morning. And I'm going all day. So it's really a good one. I mean, different doses for different people because different people have different tolerances to stimulants. So at that point, we want to make sure that you're stimulated, but not overstimulating. You don't want that. That's a negative effect.
Yeah. So for anybody at home, like John got me onto these because I was dieting down and I was tanked. And that goes with dieting and training. But I was doing one first thing in the morning. I'd get my training in, and then I'd get a second one around 11 or 12, and it would finish out through the day. And so even though I was dieting in a stupid deficit, just nobody needs to be in that kind of deficit, on top of working out twice a day and cardio. So that'd be 3.
Right.
And that with the Hercules potion was saving me.
Absolutely.
Was saving me and saving that muscle. And now you were just talking about 2 different, one I think of it as repair or future repair as well, with the BPC and TB, all for the hair, the skin, everything is repairing and preventative, which I always love.
Me too.
But the other one with the Moxie, the AOD and everything, it's like, wow. This is gonna get that guy that's going, hey, I can never get rid of that lower back fat, no matter, because most people don't train and diet. No offense, nobody trains and diets as proper as a bodybuilder that's getting on stage who finally gets rid of that lower back fat. So for everybody out there, I don't mean to offend you guys. You guys know what you're doing. I get it. But that might be a sticking point for some of you. And if that's a sticking point, well, here's a couple things that you can do. And you don't need blood work for this.
Right.
I recommend you get blood work, but you don't need it. And that will get you that final touch and help you get to that crazy leanness going into 2026 and in 2026.
Absolutely. That's why the Titan Transformation Package. That's what it is. It's Titan Transformation in a bottle. It really is. With those 4 components, it's one of the best blends I've ever seen as far as that goes. I'm sure I'll be eating my words here another year down the road, but it's definitely one of the best I've seen as far as putting everything together that could really help. I mean, I'd like to add in some different things. I'm looking at some different other blends, but I know there's another blend that, we just came out with and we're toying around with what name we want to do it. We're talking about maybe Fountain of Youth, or I don't want to like crazy, but GHKCU and Epitalon in one. So now you're able to get both. Epitalon's a little bit different though. This is something that, it basically lengthens your telomeres, from shortening over time. And at that point, when it does this, it's, protecting you from genetic disease onslaught. But it's something that only needs to be ran twice a year for 20 days each. That's it. So it's something that, you're not going to run all year. You're going to run that, maybe 1 minute. So with the GHK, I think that was another good one as far as that goes, because they're both for longevity, both for, making you younger, whether it be internally or, aesthetically.
I was just talking to a client from Titan. He's a Titan medical client and also a Titan crew. So he works with me on nutrition and training. And he went over his blood work with me, and his free testosterone was tanked. And so I said, hey, give John and his staff a call, because I was saying you have something there to boost up quickly his free testosterone. Can you give me the positive sides of that and how fast that acts?
Sure. Danazol is the drug. Danazol was originally an aromatase inhibitor, and it does not work well for aromatase inhibiting. So at that point, like if you're taking it for an estrogen blocker, it's not going to work too well. What it does, and what it does very well, is guys that have, or even girls that have low free testosterone and have a great total testosterone. Well, what's happening is that testosterone is binding with SHBG, and it's bound up and it's not getting utilized. So what Danazol does is it comes in and it separates it, and now your free testosterone is getting utilized throughout the body. That's how it works. It works 1 pill start. That's it.
You were saying at the beginning there, is it normally used as an estrogen blocker? Is that what some people?
It's classified as an aromatase inhibitor. Just like So if you start looking at some of these names, they're the exact same, right? Anastrozole, letrozole, danazol. So they're in the same family. Some are a little bit, will work a little bit better than the other ones, but it just doesn't work well as an aromatase inhibitor. I don't know what to say. Like, I've seen it, I've tried it myself, and it just does not work good. But free testosterone, you best believe you will be at the high end of the scale, if not over the scale. It's that quick. Like random erections, like because your free testosterone is just booming. And free testosterone is a big one. Free testosterone, it's what you're utilizing. That's why some guys with total tests of 800 or 900 and a bottomed out free feel like they have low testosterone. It's because their body is not utilizing what they got. So it's like, hey, listen, you got all this, stock over here, but the stock's not getting put out to the customers, right? So you're not making no money. And that's kind of how it is with testosterone. You're not going to be gaining, you're not going to be feeling good. So it is key to free up your free testosterone. And I always put the caveat with it. Danazol, these things can lower totals. But what are you really going after here for? Like, this is the way I look at it. If I have a 800 or 900 total testosterone and I have a bottom out free, okay? It's great. I have a great top number. How do I feel? And if I feel like garbage, then I want to fix that. So then I will try the danazol. If I don't feel good from the danazol and it raises free testosterone but lowers my total testosterone, some guys get upset. But what should happen at that point is, you know what? You might just need TRT or HRT at that point to really take over the hormones and get yourself feeling good again. The whole point to this is obviously longevity and quality of life. So at that point, like, if you got a great total, let's say I have 1,000 total, I have 1,000 natural total, it's great. I feel like garbage and I don't really perform that well. Who cares about the 1,000 natural? This natural talk anymore is out the window. Nobody.
I think it's dead.
Nobody's
Yeah.
Nobody. Everybody's supplementing with something in one way, shape, or form. So the goal now would be who's got the better resources, who's got the best things, right? Because I want to be on the winning team and I want to have the best of the best. So if I can have the better treatments or I can find better treatments, and I'm gonna go get that, right? So, I don't know. That's just staying on the cutting edge, and that's how I want to be. So I'm all about longevity and quality of life, and other people should be too, and not be just stuck on the numbers. It should be how they feel. So if they got to give up a total number that's higher to feel better, then that's what I would do.
Let's jump into a couple questions. And then I want to go back to John talking about what they're doing over at Titan Medical this week. Because it's a big week. It's going into the new year. He'll come back.
No, I'm sorry. I'm trying to look at the comments or whatever, but it just took me off, I guess. So I apologize.
I got you, Captain. I get the team's working. I got a first one here. Go with it.
All right. Could the same high frequency overstimulation approach used to grow calves be effectively applied to biceps, given that they're also stubborn muscle group for me? I mean, you could. You're going to gain a little bit, probably if you did it every day, but you're not going to get the big gains, I don't think, unless you give it time to recover. I mean, this is something. What I would do is I wouldn't just do high frequency, but all I do is if it's a lacking body part, do it 2 times a week. Try to do it in the beginning of the week and then at the end of the week if you can, and that way you're hitting it twice. Because biceps and stuff like that, you can recover between 24 to 48 hours. The other thing that I want to say is this, that maybe we don't talk about enough or even bring up, we don't even think about it, but most of the recovery times that people are looking at are not on people that are on PEDs of any sort. They're not on testosterone, they're not on some of these different things that maybe can help recovery a little bit faster in the body. So that could also be effectively, a plus for some people that are enhanced or on HRT or some sort of peptide, that they could possibly recover a little bit quicker than the norm.
I don't know if he's referring to the tricks that I've suggested in the past, because the calf muscle is so dense that you can just absolutely demolish it. And again, I learned that from Arnold and his tricks. And then just some other great ones like Lee Haney talked about that as well. You could blast them. It's such a dense muscle. And then obviously I put that theory to work for myself, and it worked. Yeah, I think the arms, I say, because it's a stubborn body part for you, and this is not just arms, but it's any body part. I think you should learn to have fun with it and go outside the norm, go outside of what the your guys' Instagram certified trainers tell you, and try to come up with something yourself and have fun with it. Go twice a week. I did, because I was a power lifter, as when I first started, it was powerlifting, and I was competing in bodybuilding, but powerlifting was my root. And my back, because of the weights I was moving, my chest and my legs became monstrous. And so I had to intelligently play a good game of chess to bring those legging body parts up. And so I did. I did an overtraining period for my arms, for my shoulders, and got those legging body parts. So you traumatize it, you go in there, go crazy, have fun with it for a good month, and then pull way back. And which, like John was talking about, you're stimulated, and it's delayed growth is what they talk about. You're traumatizing it so much so, but then later down the months, give it really a lot of time to recover. So, but have fun with this, guys. Have fun with it. Everybody's legging body parts is part of the fun of becoming intelligent in weightlifting. And so I always say, if you got a legging body part, then you don't fully understand weightlifting and nutrition. You've got to be able to make a body part you're not gifted grow. And now you're talking, wow, you have really mastered this craft. And that's you, the individual. That's for all of you guys out there that maybe have a flaw. You don't know everything yet if you can't get one of those flaws going. So have fun with it. You know what? Let's say it doesn't work. All right. So 3 months. 3 months, you tried something, it didn't work, try something else. But don't do this. Don't sit here online and keep trying to read and not implementing something.
You got to go forward with something. You got to try something.
Right? You got to try it. Yeah. That's what I loved about Rich Piano, my friend, would always talk about these absolutely crazy biceps every single day for like a month or so. And it's like, why not, guys? Try it. Try it.
Yeah, he would go extreme on those biceps, on those curls.
Taking consideration he was recovering better than most. But, I know guys, and this is why it irritates me when I put up like the Ryan Reynolds and people cry about, oh, he didn't get in shape in 3 months like that. There's no possible way. You're an idiot. You're a freaking idiot. A guy that doesn't work out, doesn't eat right, goes to that. First of all, their level of commitment on a project or anything is tenfold the average. And so he commits 3 months to changing his physique. 100% he changed it.
Absolutely.
Changed it. That being said, I know guys that are wrestlers, football players that don't lift, don't eat correctly. And they're in these locker rooms and you're going, God damn, you look like a Greek god. And he's over there eating hamburgers and shit. It's like, it's like French fries and hamburgers. And you're like, no, I don't work out. I don't do that shit. I play football. It's cool to see what the different bodies can do.
Yeah.
Just keep loose, guys. Don't do the gym math. I love the gym math. If you're bigger than somebody, you're better than them. If they're bigger than you, they're on steroids. It's like, really? That's gym bro math. It's like, stop that. Do the best you possibly can for yourself, guys.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely the best thing. Says, hey, Mike, what do you think of logbooking and trying to beat the weight and reps every session? I don't think you can every session. You can beat weights and reps every session. I mean, eventually you're going to get up so high, that you're not going to be able to do the reps or the weight.
Yeah, nervous system doesn't work that way. Nervous system takes time. And you're talking about, you get stronger. It's because of the nervous system is getting used to the weights. And that's a completely different world, guys. You don't get to go. I mean, I wish you could. I wish you could go in and every week put on more and more weight, but you're running yourself into the ground. Also, again, to get stronger, it's a percentage. You're never at 100% when you're getting stronger. You're always working off of the lower numbers around 70, and then you'll go to 80%, but that's about it until you get to the final stages. And that's a long period of 3 months. So I don't see the benefit. And that comment sounds like it hurts my head. I can't fathom somebody doing that. Remember, you're one injury away from not doing this again.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. I got you another one, big dog. I got you another one.
What supplements should you take at age 40? That's a good question.
Oh, good question.
So first off, I would blood test, make sure everything's dialed in with hormones at 40 for sure. At that point, what am I going to start taking supplement-wise? One would be creatine. I think I would add that in right away. The other thing I think I would do would be, obviously, this is where you start looking at some things and what's on the blood work and what's not. I mean, at that point, maybe some multivitamins like our Titan Complete has B complex, branch chain, mixed with thiamine, acetylcholine, something like that. Vitamin D you might need to supplement that. I mean, that's what a blood test would show you, because a lot of people are vitamin D deficient, on the lower end of things. And that's definitely not good either. So that's definitely one I would look at there too as well. And then maybe obviously like a Hercules potion, you're getting those amino acids. I mean, those are going to be key. I think as you get older, you want to make sure your amino acid intake is good. Your essentials, your non-essentials, obviously your branch chain are in the essentials, and making sure those are all good. And then obviously some of the vitamin aspect, B12, vitamin D, making sure you're getting good vitamin C intake. These are things that I would say are non-negotiable. Obviously, creatine's a really good one for mental, physical, overall. I think it's another good one too. So those would be the things I would say that are non-negotiable. And then after that, listen, obviously, you want optimal. So there's a whole bunch of other things you could really jump into to really start feeling better, looking better, performing better.
I was just saying that NAD.
NAD, glutathione.
The 100% on now that you're 40, the blend that John talked about earlier in this, that is something that you're on and you're not coming off. So, your skin, joint, ligaments, healthiness. So put it on the shelf. That's your baby to go to. And then I agree with John, B complex, D, I think creatine, your multis, and then getting your blood work done and do the extra panel that Titan Medical offers to make sure the amino lineups.
Yep.
And again, now that you're 40, I don't want you to think of you at 40, 41. I want you to think, if I do this at 50, there's a chance that I could be as good as I am now, if not better. That would be the thought, instead of you going, hey, I'm deteriorating away and I'm just going to be looking like shit. It's like, no more. That ain't the world we live in.
Nope. There's no reason, no excuse.
Yeah. Great question, though. Great question, my friend.
Up here in Canada, we can't even get a small one-bedroom apartment for less than $2,700. A small beef for $50. How do you recommend nutrition on a massive budget? All right, so I gotta say, so Sean, what is there in the country of Canada is chicken? I mean, at that point, because I would start looking at some different protein aspects. Canada has to have some good fish. That'd be another one I'd start adding in there, maybe looking at to replace some of the beef. I like beef and I like steak, so it would be hard for me not to say, hey, listen, start going for some steak. But you got to start looking for some deals. Even, if you can find some of these people that are slaughtering cows and you get like a half of it and get some of those different things, that might be a different thing to do as well. But I mean, it's tough, man. You got to look at the supermarket, you got to go through it, and you got to start seeing, hey, listen, what can I replace, like protein or carbs, whatever I need. Carbs are going to be easy. I think potatoes and rice, I think you can do anywhere. I think it'd be decently priced. Beef might be different. Chicken might be different. So, or fish or seafood. So at that point, like, you got to start looking through that and see what fits. Also, you could look at a food company. Maybe they service Canada.
Yeah, I agree with John. Which one are you looking at?
It's like 30 for a 10-pound bag.
10-pound bags up to 30 now. I think it was Kirkland's bag of chicken was like 15 when I first.
I remember Sam's Club.
Yeah, Sam's Club. Definitely look into a Costco or Sam's Club. Pasta, rice. I don't know if potatoes are expensive nowadays, but those are your carbs. Isn't fish a little bit more than everybody else?
I don't think
Chicken. Yeah.
Yeah, beef is the most expensive thing right now.
Yeah, I'd say beef is removed from your diet. That's going to be out of the budget. Because a one bedroom for 27. It's like you're living in California, man. And that one bedroom ain't nice. So in California, sorry. The chicken, the ground beef. Usually that ground beef that's like 30% is pretty inexpensive.
Yeah.
So I guess red meat, I just put it right back in.
Hey, Mike, isn't that place that you order from? They could probably order that online and get it shipped to Canada too.
Yeah, I think Piemontese might be, again, out of reach.
Gotcha.
I think a food company might find a food company, man, because they get such a big order, they may be able to get you that food for a little less.
Yeah. Sure.
But I understand it. Budget it. Be smart with it. Do the best you possibly can with that food. And sorry about Canada, man. I know it's like it's crazy right now up there.
Hey, Sean, the best thing I could do is like when I couldn't afford fillets and I would have to get New York strips, I literally go in there and like the supermarket, tip the butcher and back, have them cut off all the fat on those things, and it would actually cut off the price because you're paying for that too as well. So if you can have them clean them up, maybe you get a little bit cheaper because of the weight.
I was just thinking back when I first got to California and I was really on a budget. It was like I'd find, because I needed that red meat, I'd like go with round, like the cheapest red meat. But for me, I was powerlifting and I wanted to be strong. So kind of give and take on that stuff. But great question. That's going to help everybody here.
How many times should I lift weights a day while doing 6 practices a week for MMA? Once? When you only train once?
Well, it's
conditioning for a second workout, but weights?
Yeah. I would try to hit weights 2 to 3 times because I know you're getting tanked. You're tanked, 6 days with grappling. And also there might be days that you wake up and you tweaked something from the day before of rolling and stuff. So get 2 to 3. I'd put squats and deadlift on a day. I'd put a push day where you're getting some shoulders, some chest. Again, this is for you being athletic and keeping the strength on there as you're doing the MMA. More than that, for what you're doing, I don't think you need. Also, because I don't want you to run yourself. You're already running yourself into the ground 6 days a week doing MMA. So it's a give and take. They always talk about that. It's like, how many days can you roll and do jujitsu? Maybe if you're 20, you're doing both of them 6 days a week, but you're an absolute beast.
Right.
Yeah. And you could be setting yourself up for future. You're enjoying the youth a little too much that you're going to destroy the future and be broken when you're 40. So just be really smart with this, because you still got to recover. I know that this doesn't make sense to a lot of people out there. Recovery is not just bodybuilding. You should be able to recover from any and all of your workouts. And I think that's missed. Like a basketball player, I don't need to recover. I can go and practice every single day. Football players, no, they pull way back and move forward. It's like, Sundays are a car crash. James Harrison talks about that. It's a car crash. You wake up Monday morning, these guys feel like they were, so everything, no matter if you're doing MMA, you're a dad that just does it to stay athletic. It's going to the gym, but try to recover still. Not for the purpose of being a bodybuilder and building muscle, just healthy body.
Mm-hmm. I need a recovery peptide. It takes me 3 to 4 days to recover. Well, BPC and TB500 or our Glow Stack, that's definitely going to be your peptide blend of choice. Healing peptides like TB500, BPC157, KPV, and GHKCU in there, it's going to be awesome. If you're taking that long to recover too, definitely would think about maybe doing a blood test, look at hormones. Titan can do it nationwide for you. It'll be really simple, real easy to do. Just to see where you're at. I don't know how old you are or anything like that, but 3 to 4 days recovery could be a couple different aspects.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean by 3 or 4 days recovery. I mean, it takes me a week to recover from leg day, but the other part of the body is ready to go. So I don't know if you're training frequently and you're doing full body stuff. That being said, I agree with John. Also for me, guys, and I like to think that I still train pretty hard. Hercules Potion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, and the ECA stack it is, and I told Mona again, call my provider to make sure I get some, because these are, this helps you recover, I believe, and it does for me. So it might help you guys. Look into that. And it's aminos. It's aminos. So
It's all natural.
yeah, so look into that. The blend is first and foremost.
Absolutely.
But you may not feel it. Hercules Potion, you feel it. I swear every day now, this last 5-6 weeks that we've been on Power Bodybuilding, Jeff leaves and he's like, we train tomorrow. I'm like, no. And then I'll message him first thing in the morning. Let's go. It's like I wake up, I do my Hercules Potion, and I'm like, oh, I'm ready. It's like that fast. So you guys will love this. You guys really will.
Definitely one of the best.
And if you're like me and you're sick and you love training, Hercules Potion, the blend that John talked about, I'd do both blends, but.
Best peptides to take while on a cut from Titan Medical, and when should they get introduced? Best peptides to cut while, or best peptide to take while cutting. So the Titan Transformation Stack is probably going to be one of your best tools to cut with, peptide-wise. Talking about AOD, MOTS-C, Testimonial, and Iperon. I mean, this is the all-around. I mean, at that point, like, it's one of the most dominant blends because of what's in it. And it's going to help in different aspects and different mechanism ways in the body to get these results for you. So definitely Titan Transformation Stack, AOD, MOTS-C, Testimonial, and Iperon. That's going to be a really good one. And I would definitely pair it up with ECA Stack Plus and Hercules Potion if you can. Those are the best for sure if you're on a cut.
I would introduce at the beginning of your cut, that 12-week period. I would start it.
Yep.
You just got off your off season. You're going to start your cut, and that way, you're kickstarting into a different level, and hopefully, this will help you. And I know it will. It will help you that you can keep your calories higher as you cut. And so some people will say, well, just wait until the last 4 to 6 weeks. And I'm like, no, I mean, you'll be so low on calories at that point.
Yes.
Just imagine you got so many more calories and you start this cut and you're already seeing the change and you just started incorporating the cardio. You started pulling the carbs back or you're carb cycling and you're 4 weeks into that thing and you're like, I've not dropped much calorie intake. It's like,
that's a win.
it's a huge win.
For sure. Good question.
I wish I had that 30 years ago when I was competing. Gosh darn.
Yeah, man, it's just crazy. Some of the ones I've been reading about, these are coming, they're going to be crazier. So get ready, strap up. Jeremy Davis just got Hercules. Oliver and I are going to blast that today and hit chest later. Oh, that's one of my favorite. I love injecting the chest and doing chest. It's so full afterwards. It feels so good. I love it. I love it. You know.
Don't. Jeff will say, shoot it right into your chest. And he did because he had one side that was a little like, I need to fire up this side of the body. And so Jeff got it. I tried it once. My chest was sore for 2 weeks.
Oh, my God.
I was like, holy sheesh. I was like, it was just like way too much. But Jeremy, like shoot it, use it, but have Oliver shoot it into his chest.
Oh, you're gonna love it, dude.
You'll be all just like,
it's the best. It's the best. And that's another thing. For lagging body parts is another great tool.
Go on to that. Maybe they don't understand. I know I just kind of said it. Yeah. They won't understand it.
Hercules Potion is 9 different ingredients in one injection, right? The big things you're going to like feel instant gratification, L-citrulline, arginine, and the ornithine. What you're going to feel from this. So you can inject it. Let's say you've never done injections. You do a little insulin needle inject your shoulder. It'll still work systemically throughout the body. So the pump, you'll get all that good stuff. But what you can do is you can isolate the injection and you can inject it to different muscles, okay? So if you want to inject your biceps or triceps or chest or whatever, your legs, your calves, I've seen so many different aspects and so many different ways that it's been shot. But it's great because if you have a lagging body part, and I've had a lot of people, right? They break their arm, they have a cast in the arm. What happens? Muscle goes through atrophy. Legs, same thing. How do they catch this up and how do they catch it up quicker? Well, mind and muscle connection might dim a little bit in those areas too. So what happens is when you inject it in there, you're going to get a lot of stimulation, and which creates another mind and muscle connection. And with that mind and muscle connection, you're going to be able to do a lot more and push a lot more blood in there. Obviously, if you're being able to do more work on the leg too as well, you should get a better result and get back to where you need to be. So this is something that can be used bilaterally. So if you want to do both sides at the exact same thing and do it, or if you want to just say, listen, I need to get my right shoulder back to where it needs to be, I'm going to inject in my right shoulder. I'm going to do a lot more on the shoulder to bring it back up. So yeah, it's super cool. The ways that you can use it and all the good things it's for. Not only for gym or recovery or pump or all these things, but even for bedroom performance and blood flow in general. Just blood flow in general, guys. So we're going to get a lot of aspects here. All right, so Deshaun said, just got my TMC blood work done. Test was 940. Free test was 161 and estrogen was 55. We'll buy the estrogen blocker to get my test levels over 1.1. Should I do the HCG or can I go natural herb route? So if you've got the blood work done through us, 161 sounds really high in free test. So really high. Estrogen at 55, definitely want to get the estrogen blocker. So at that point,
So I was right. Both those numbers are, the estrogen's too high and the free test seems to be
really high.
Yeah, it's like
charts.
Isn't a high number
24?
24. That's what I thought.
So when you say 161,
obviously if you're on TRT or something, maybe you're in the 40s or something.
But even on our blood work, unless you got this done in maybe like Jersey or New York or one of those states, at Quest, because LabCorp, it's not going to show that. It's going to show 24 or above. It'll be like 25 and up, just like it says.
Right.
So
I got you.
I'll have to look into this, but definitely go with the estrogen blocker. I mean, I would HCG or the enclomiphene I would go with. Natural herb bond I would stay away from. I don't even know what you would use that for.
Yeah. Good job getting your blood work done. You know where you're at, but let's make sure that you see who those number. Yeah.
Let's dial it in. Oh, okay. It was Quest in Long Island. That's what I thought. Okay. So that's a little bit different then. The different reference. Okay. Yeah, I would definitely look at that for sure. Now, him being at 9 something there through Quest is up to 1150. That's the top of their range. So you could go up with the enclomiphene or the HCG. I would definitely go that route if you want to get it up.
I like that. Via Quest.
Good one. Good one. What is your opinion as an optional anti-hair loss stack when starting TRT? I've already had visible hair loss, but don't want to get it too bad. I'm okay with shaving bald at 50, but trying to avoid. Listen, if you can avoid shaving your hair altogether, it doesn't have to be an age, then definitely do that, especially if you really care about your hair. An anti-hair loss stack. This is going to be the best thing because usually when people start TRT, sometimes the DHT levels go too high, minimization of the follicles happen, and then you lose hair. So what happens is you're going to want to combat this in a couple different ways. One, we've got these hair health capsules that have natural DHT blockers in it. They're great. The other one I would do is the hair foam. It has finasteride, lanthropose, and minoxidil in it. I would use that topically. The other one I would do if you really want a third is I would use Biotin injectable. And if you do this, you're doing an oral preventative, an injectable preventative and growth, and then a topical too as well. So you're hitting every aspect you possibly can. All right, Proviron or Masteron will be best to boost free tests, but don't know if they can be prescribed. So Proviron is not prescribed in the United States, period. Okay, you'll find that in Europe and stuff like that. Masteron, you're not going to find that prescribed either. But Proviron in the United States, instead of Proviron, what a provider would use would be Danazol. And Danazol would do the exact same thing Proviron does, and it frees the test up that's in your body, and you'll be able to utilize it. Masteron, I know people use that for a hardener or aromatase inhibitor in some aspects or something like that, but Masteron and Primobolan are probably the hardest black market steroids you guys are going to be able to find nowadays that are truly legit, and that's because all the precursors from China just got. So I know the boys are out there looking, but I don't think there's going to be anything good for you.
I thought we'd put that up just because of the fact that you get the this is the best thing for it. And it's like, okay, well, you just went old school 1990s Venice bodybuilder. Hey, you know what you can do? You can get really fucking jacked. Here, just do more shit. Masteron. It's like, holy shit, dude. Shut your hole.
Stop, man. Don't stop.
That's what you do.
All right. Looking back, what is a training belief you held strongly in your 20s and 30s that you now believe was wrong? Also, Dorian Yates low volume style training versus Jay Cutler high volume style training.
No, I understood Wolf's Law and Davis Law as a teenager, and I was around very bright humans that were educated and also the best in the world. So I was understanding this, and I've talked about this, and even my early articles in the 80s and 90s I talked about Wolf's Law and Davis Law, which was what I love is that it was ignored. And this is why I'm still as strong as I was in the 80s and still as healthy is because I understood that those things were more important than the muscle. And if you guys don't know, it's a good read, both Wolf's Law and Davis Law. It's not science, it's just the law of how the body functions, which is really kind of cool. Dorian Yates, you mean Arthur Jones. You don't mean Dorian Yates. Arthur Jones was the creator of Training to Fatigue. the 1 and 2 sets, the Nautilus, all that kind of stuff. And then bodybuilders talk about high reps or a lot of volume. I'm not a fan of either of those. I go back again to my beliefs of power bodybuilding on a medium amount of volume and never to fatigue, and always in a percentage. And that way here's the thing for all of you guys. Look at Lee Haney and how he trained, and he's still able to train. Robbie Robinson and how he can still train. I don't think you guys comprehend when you pick these names. You pick these names because there was a moment. Those guys were the best in the freaking world. But I'm hoping that most of you understand this is life. And don't you want to be able to train your life and be healthy in your life? I would think that's the point, because then you come back, and I think a lot of these guys that you're talking about will talk about, I didn't need to do it like that. Didn't need to do it like that. And I'm now where I'm at and not being able to do things because I did that. So take those, just common sense stuff, guys, for you guys. I would train, again, have fun in your 20s and 30s, but don't destroy your future. You got a long life. I'm hoping you got a long life. And that's why I work with Titan Medical, because it's not about a meathead bodybuilder or the guy that does the most weights. It's about your span of life at your pinnacle. It's cool. I won the universe 4 times. Don't give a shit. I love the fact that I can go grapple and with my kid who's 6 years old. Yeah. And get off the couch compared to the guys that go, I feel great today. You do nothing with your body today, so shut up. I wake up and I'm not in pain. Yeah, but you don't do anything with it. It's like, great. You got this. You had a Lamborghini in the front yard. Now you got a Pinto, but you don't drive it. It's right. Like, yeah, it sounds cool, but you got a Pinto now, and when you take it out, you're very cautious with it. Yeah. I like the idea that you got a Lamborghini in your 20s and you're freaking blasting around, and then you're in your 60s. You still got the fucking Lamborghini and you're going crazy with it. Yeah. That's life. Guys, you're going to check out at some point.
That's right.
At some point, you're going to check out. And I want to be like Robbie Robinson. Freaking stallion. He's just, man, we got to get a video of just watching just Robbie Robinson walking in the gym. It's the video of a lion when you see a lion walk, but just a little faster. The lion walks, and it's like, that's somebody that's done it and been a Lamborghini his whole freaking life, compared to these guys that go, hey, I got in and I got out and I'm healthy. You're not healthy. You're broken. You don't use your body for anything now, and you barely can walk and move. Shut up.
Right. What signs tell you program is no longer stimulating muscle growth, even if strength is still increasing? I mean, if your strength increasing, I think you would start getting some muscle growth too, but it's a little bit different as far as the programs. What you're really trying to accomplish here, you're trying to accomplish strength and muscle growth. I mean, I think it's a little bit different. You don't have to have as much strength to create muscle growth. Strength is strength.
You gotta do like your strength. Yeah.
Wow, I mean, your strength is going up, so why isn't it working? I'm lost. Can you?
You got to stimulate muscle growth. I don't understand that. How can you not?
I would breathe and relax a little bit. Changing the body takes some time. If you're getting stronger, there's stuff going on in your body. Your nervous system is getting better. Here's my approach, and that goes to Davis Law and Wolf's Law. Is like, it's slow going. It's slow going. Are you building muscle? You're getting stronger. And you're getting stronger at such a level that in 1 year, you're going to be so much stronger. And you're going to go, holy shit. This year, I really did put that 5 to 10 pounds of muscle on. Freaking great job. That's huge. If you're moving up in weight, you're training right. You're training right, kid. I understand that maybe you don't feel that muscle coming on, but be patient. That's a tough thing for humans.
It is, especially in this time in the world, everything's instant gratification. Hey, Mike, for men over 50, what's the number one thing you would recommend? What should a guy over 50 focus be on regarding workouts, diet to avoid the mistakes most men fall into?
Most men go away from what weightlifting is meant to do. Weightlifting should stress the body so the ligaments and bone density continue to get better as you age. Most men, all society does. They run away from it. They go light weights and tons of reps. So now what you did is you lost the stress level, and now you're just putting on tons of mileage. Now you're just doing tons and tons of reps, and it's like, holy shit. It goes back to the basic theory of what is better, 10 pounds 100 times or 100 pounds once. Anybody got the answer for that?
It's got to be the 100 once. Get stronger.
Because it stresses the body and it's the least amount of mileage compared to sitting there going 100 times with no stress. So I know that may not sound good. And again, that's just the law of how the body functions. But that's the biggest thing I see. I see the 50-year-olds because the number freaks you out. I'd also just get around a lot more 50-year-olds that are active and doing shit. Man, that's one big thing I would do too, is I would just be around a lot more of those guys. We were talking about this. I know it's a side note, but the guy, Brian Johnson, who spends like 8 million or whatever it is, millions.
Yeah.
And he's in his 40s, and he's a frail looking human. He's very frail. And it's 8 million. And Billy Gunn spends $140 to $250 a year, and he's 62, so a decade and a half older, and walks around like a freaking unit. And the 62-year-old is much more active, can move, better blood markers all the way around compared to the guy that spends 8 million. It's like, ooh, weigh out the options. It's be around those individuals that are just doing it on the basic day-to-day and not looking for the trick.
Thoughts about the gym today versus 15 and 20 years ago or earlier? I feel like people are becoming more and more average each year, and that the energy is down. Oh yeah, I think that's certain gyms, right? Different gyms, different environments, different vibes. Like, I still haven't got the train down in Venice. I want to do that, but I guarantee that vibe is just going to be like crazy, right? Like, it's got that nostalgic vibe, I guarantee. But some gyms just don't have it, man. Some do and some don't. And it just is what it is. I don't know well, I guess I do 20 years ago. But I don't know, it's to part of you. But at that point, I was working on like Gold's Gyms and stuff like that, like back home. It's good. Here, the original Powerhouse with Eddie and them, there was a vibe in there that was like no other. And it's gone now, right? Like, and they've got other powerhouses, but it just wasn't like that. I haven't seen anything like that.
What year were you there?
When I was in that Powerhouse?
Yeah.
2012, 13.
No, the wrestlers were still there.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just, what happened was they had the location right down the street from where my other location's at, Channel Side, and it went south or whatever, and they had to move. And then when they moved, they have two locations. They have one that's still in Hillsborough, and then they have one like it's in Brandon, like 30, 40 minutes away. But it's just, it's just not the same. I don't know, it's just, I don't know. It's just not the same.
Yeah, I know. He said 20 years ago, and my mind went to 1980s. I'm like, no, that ain't 20 years ago, my friend. Mind.
That's like 40 years ago.
Holy shit, dude.
But I mean, it
years.
probably was a lot different than 20, 30, 40 years ago, back in the 80s and stuff like that when you were in there compared to now.
I found that jiu-jitsu today in dojos was what weightlifting bodybuilding, powerlifting was like in the 80s and 90s.
Oh, wow.
It's a community of fun-loving people that have fun, that are not uptight, that are there to get better and push each other and talk some smack. And the gyms in the 70s, 80s, 90s was that. It was guys being guys and women that were coming in and just, I'll hang right with you. They weren't uptight. Everybody wanted the best for each other. Everybody could spot each other. And it was a great community. Today, yeah, I agree with this gentleman saying that you go into a gym today, and I think Dorian Yates kind of said it when I heard him talk about it. It was like, it's so true that he said, it's like a church. You got to be quiet. You can't drop anything. You got to be delicate, and everybody's out of shape. Even though they're in a gym, everybody's out of shape. Now, I can understand when you go into a gym.
Trainers.
Yeah, it's like you're going to be out of shape when you go in a gym. That's not the point of it. You stay with me. It's the point that there's people there for years and years, and they're still out of shape. It's like not doing anything. So yeah, it sucks because I know what the gym can do. I know what Titan Medical can help you do.
Absolutely.
And if I know this stuff, and then I see everybody just going, I don't need any of it. I'm like, wow. I just like my life, I guess, more than most, where I'm like, that doesn't make sense. There's these incredible people walking around showing you what's capable of humanity and life, and Jack LaLanne kind of style, and Robbie and Clark Bartram and Billy. These people are showing you what life can be like as you age. It doesn't have to be what our parents went through.
No. Not.
Titan Medical is here to help you guys and get you guys to a level that's unreal. And I know this guy just talked about the gym, but it's the mindset. It's like, stop being around people that don't think that you can go through life at a different level. That's one huge thing.
That's crazy, man.
Oh, I thought this is a good one. Jeffrey marked it.
What do you recommend to clean out the gut in the morning? I don't know. I don't drink anything or take anything to clean out my gut. I don't usually have those issues. If you're having gut problems, BPC would be a good one. That would be one for the gut. I think would be good. Another one would be glutathione would be good as far as that goes, getting toxins, all that out of the body. But as far as cleaning out the gut, like something's going to make you go or something like that, the only other thing that I know is you can use some sort of fiber powders and stuff like that, and drinking a Gatorade and be able to clear out the bowels like that, gut cleanse like that, and not don't go too crazy where you're having diarrhea or getting some sort of dehydration or whatever it is.
Yeah, I would go see a doctor and find out what's going on with your gut, that you need to get it cleaned out. There's got to be something going on there. Unless this is just and it could be, I don't mean offense by it, but it could be that it's the assumption that you think that everybody needs to clean out their gut in the morning or something. Like, you know how people do that? They go, hey, you should have some kind of water with this and this in it.
Yeah. Like, a lemon and then no, I'm not doing that.
I'd go back to
the diet.
Yeah. Check a doctor, see if there's something going on with your gut that he can kind of understand. I fully understand people. A lot of people have gut problems. I get it. But if it's not, I don't think you need to concern yourself. And I think you just make sure that you're training, you're eating right, and being intelligent about that. And yeah, because we went over this question similar about parasites cleansing. Mm-hmm. And again, it's what did they call that back in the day? No, just that kind of a horse, just kind of a BS kind of a sales pitch. Snake oil. Yeah, it's just a snake oil thing. Hey, you got to do this. You got to clean out your guts. You're going to do this. It's so much better. If you're on glutathione, I'm guaranteeing this is taking care of anything and everything that you may think you may have issues.
Yeah, I think it would be definitely a good one. I mean, right now they've got the parasite protocols with ivermectin. Ivermectin's a pretty good one people are using, but I don't see that for the gut and using it for the gut like that. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. See a doctor, make sure you're doing there.
All right. Is there something stronger than dutasteride out there for hair loss that is not estrogen Lupron, like will stop hair loss more strongly than dutasteride, but not feminize? Are you a guy or a girl? I gotta ask. If you're a guy, because it says dutasteride but not feminized, guys, I wouldn't touch dutasteride ever in my life. I would not touch dutasteride ever. And if you're worried about hair loss, I would go with the topical minoxidil, finasteride, and nitroprost. When you start taking dutasteride is going to castrate you. That's what it does. It kills your testosterone. If anybody wanted to cheat on a testosterone test and see and get a lower level, they would take dutasteride. Dutasteride is going to lower testosterone. It's going to lower DHT. It's not going to be a good one. And estrogen or Lupron, like literally, like for a female, would shut down her ovaries. That's what it does. Teresa's taken it before, so I definitely know what the drug does. So at that point, I would really look into finasteride, nitroprost, and minoxidil, a foam. I would stay away from dutasteride altogether if I was a male or a female. I'm just being honest. I see a lot of companies out there pushing dutasteride, and it's just not going to be a good feeling. I'm telling you guys. How do I keep my joints healthy lifting heavy? I want to train till the day I die. Oh, that's awesome. Our BPC, TB500, KPV would be great for this. You want to keep your joints, your tendons, and ligaments, all that healthy and be preventative so they don't have anything happen to them, then that would be a good way to do it for sure.
John, what's going on in Titan Medical this week?
Sure. Titan Medical Center this week is offering 10% off any of your therapies or anything you want. Plus, we extend the Bulwark special with the consult. That was a big one for people. So you can get that too as well. Ends this Friday. So got today, got tomorrow. We're off for New Year's Day, and we'll be back on January 2nd in office.
No, there we go. There we go. Blood work, 150, 200.
Oh, so it'll be 130, 200.
130. 130, 200. 130 for guys, 200 for girls. I do recommend, though, for anybody and everybody, if you're going to do it one time, also get the whole breakdown of the amino acids, which they can test for.
A good one.
Which,
Absolutely. Remember,
which is a great.
Glutathione too, or cortisol, or any of these different things. And everybody, I always recommend a vitamin D test, to add that on. It's a good one. And if your vitamin D is low and you supplement and get into a good range, you're going to start feeling better too as well. It'll help a lot of different things in the body.
Thanks, Johnny, for hanging out today, brother.
Appreciate you guys, man. Thank you, Mike. I'll talk to you later, bro.
That's Johnny's gym right there, guys.
Yeah.
Got to have a home gym. Thanks, Johnny. I'll text you later. Hi, guys. There were some good questions today, I think. Some good clips, and also just some just for you guys. Legging body parts. Freaking have fun with it on the legging body parts. Go outside of the textbook, that kind of stuff. The blends that Titan Medical has, utilize those. I would really recommend utilizing those. Training. Guys, I think power bodybuilding, that way you guys are building your strength. With strength comes muscle. Make sure the nutrition is on point. If you don't know Titan meal plan, I can help you there. Just give me some time to get back to you. And we are end of week 6 on power bodybuilding. And you can find that on any of my links in the bio, which is fun. It's around week 6, 7. is the body kind of switches and that nervous system starts to really kind of kick in. And so it feels cool. And then I also see it, it's funny. With weight comes size for me. And it probably does that same thing for you guys. And so my legs are just exploding from the dieted down legs for the show to the huge ass thunder thighs and ham hocks, machine gun hammies to where they are now. And so that's always fun. I don't know about you guys, but I love the artistic part of bodybuilding and seeing what goes with each other. And so I know that this weight goes with this kind of size. So enjoy that stuff. You got any final ones?
You said you bought a power rack and a cable machine because you had one in your gym.
There you go, my man. Smart. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to enjoy it.
Mike, if you were in charge of overseeing the American health, what are the top 3 things you would change immediately?
Whew, gosh darn, I'll have to come back on that one. That was a brilliant question.
Good one.
I think Kennedy's doing a pretty good job starting with the food. You start going down a rabbit hole. Let's say hypothetically, you take care of all the money, that can be made by doing what it is. I would say clean up the food. That would be the first and foremost. And then I don't know. You try to. I would do the whole. I guess the original JFK and how he talked about health for kids. I think that'd be the next one. I'd put that. Oh my God! I definitely would put back that American Presidential Award for kids. Yeah, back in for kids. And this is the funny thing. I posted something yesterday about how I'm training my son, but feeding him. And some of the comments came back and they go, well, just let him be a kid. Let him eat what he wants. And then when he gets to middle school, then you can fix it. And it's like, you're a retard. You're an absolute. I hope you don't have a kid. Oh, so being a kid means you eat bad?
Right.
It's like, in what world is that? When did that become the norm? Just eat bad. It's like, I'm so glad I grew up on a farm with 2 parents that were active. Breakfast was eggs and oatmeal. Lunch was some good chicken and potatoes. It's like, great way to grow up. Food has nothing to do with age. Food has to do with your body. So no, your kid doesn't need to eat sugar and now he's living a truly happy lifestyle. Teach him some habits. And so I would go back into that. I'd get the presidential award and get those kids active again. It's more important than math in this point, I think.
Yeah.
It's like those calculators are used, man. It's like you're not gonna. I haven't used math except for powerlifting. So, great question though. Man, I would cut a lot of stuff out though. Knowledge of it. Great question, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
I put Robbie Robinson out there for the world to see. Yeah, we definitely do. We definitely shoot into each other after. But I shot into you last night, my friend. So why are you being all sad now? See, look at him.
Sucked in school until I started working out at 16 and suddenly found myself on the honor roll.
Gosh darn. You would appreciate this. Go check out some great research on activity correlated with learning, because you'll see why this happened for you, and it's a great thing. And also you'll appreciate this because you lived it. Is that active kids, very active kids, deal with ADD tenfold There's no more ADD. They're so physically tired
Yeah.
from the activities after school and what they're doing and everything that they go to school and they're focused. So it's a cool thing how moving the body. You don't need to be Mr. Universe, but just moving the body and working out and being active gets you to focus on the other side of that. It's like your body was meant to be active. Wow. Who would have thought of that? I do have a Titan Crew for kids. It's the same as the Titan Crew. And so I talk to the parents because you got to go through the parents. I cannot talk to kids. And so it's the parents I talk to and discuss with. And then I share my content of the kids that I've trained for the last 40 years and how they progressed and moved forward. So, yeah, check out the Titan Crew. That's, again, you can find that on any of my bios, my friend.
Would it be better for me to use a trap bar or a straight deadlift bar?
Use both.
Both of them.
Use
The
both.
classic both of them.
Yeah. Man, I did some deadlifts the other day. Oh, I guess it was yesterday. Holy shnikes.
Yeah, you don't feel that shit?
I feel that shit. I felt yesterday's workout in today's workout.
Yesterday's workout and yesterday's workout.
Yeah. Yesterday's got me so jazzed up, I couldn't get to sleep. I was up late.
Juiced up.
Yeah.
What are the best muscles to hit for aesthetics?
Shoulders, rear delts, tricep, hamstrings, glutes, lower lats. Because if you hit lower lats, you'll get the upper back. Yeah, those, you get that, and that's a pretty physique. You'll get a taper. Go for it.
In your opinion, when were gyms the best? They feel very average and dead inside now. You kind of got that?
Yeah, late 80s, early 90s. The world was health and fitness. The world was. The movie stars were all in great shape. And I'm talking about the women as well. You know, you got Alien and you got Terminator. Not just the guys, but the women were in great shape. Jane Fonda was a big voice in movement. There's so many workout shows on TV. Yeah, the world was health and fitness. Activities. There you guys go.
Recommend glutathione.
I do recommend it. Told Jeff to write that down today too.
Eating 500 grams of oats and a liter of milk for calories because I'm poor. Trying to bulk. Thoughts?
I'm guessing that's European.
500 grams of oats.
I guess I'm thinking that's a European measurement.
Yeah, but that's not a lot. 500 grams? I think a cup is 400 grams?
I think a cup is 300, isn't it?
Either way, he's not eating a lot at all. It's just a little bit over a cup.
Yeah, it's just, a cup of oatmeal, 50 grams of carbs. Yeah, you're not bulking with that. That's actually a deficit, unless the measurements are off and not understanding. But oatmeal, it's great. 2-3 times a day. You got to get the protein in there too, though.
now they're flying.
Yeah, that just
No.
went through the roof.
Now they're
We'll get
flying,
back
yeah.
on here in a little bit, guys,
Yeah.
with me. And here'd be a good finish up. The best one is decline sit-ups.
American units only. Yes, please. It's like a pound. That's a lot then. Pound
You see a
oats?
pound of oats?
Yeah, I guess.
That's why I was thinking the measurement was off.
Yeah.
Because it is. This has been AI the whole time,
Yes,
guys.
yeah.
I'm not even here.
What is this one?
Oh, I got a better one.
Oh shit.
No, this is not live.
Record.
This is pre-recorded.
This is actually last.
This is prior to you commenting.
This is 2024 video. What is the best workout?
Go you. Do you?
Mike, I've been slightly overweight my whole life and looking for the best tips to get in shape. Best meal prep plans.
Easy enough. Jump over to my bio. You'll see Titan Meal Plan. Click on that. That'll get you started. Give me 24 to 48 hours to get back to you. Get your plan together and off to you. I don't know what Jay Cutler method is.
I don't know. I have no idea. Watched your video with Eric Bugenhagen. Loved his mentality and explosiveness, and I love your concise programming and control. Is there value in explosiveness for 30-year-olds and above? For 30-plus-year-olds?
Oh yeah, you should always, you don't just do slow and stuff. You got to put in that explosion as well. Yeah.
Who's there?
All right, guys.
Who's that?
We will talk soon. I'll be back on a little bit.